So I'm going to step aside and let them share with you their thoughts on Russ Gibb and why this room at Dearborn High should bear his name.
Hi, I'm Nicole Janowicz, and I'm a graduate of Dearborn High School, and I was in the video program at Dearborn High under Russ Gibb from 1987 to 89. I'm a freelance producer now, and I found something that I wrote about Mr. Gibb when I was a student. This piece of paper, I wrote this as a student to nominate him for an award at the time, and I found this in his basement last year. So I'm just going to read this. Mr. Gibb has not only taught myself and my peers about the fundamentals of television production, he has taught us about life and how to survive in this world. He has encouraged many students to think creatively and demonstrate leadership. Mr. Gibb constantly urges his kids, us, to become trendsetters, on the outside as well as on the inside. He has remained very close to me during the past 2 years that I have been his student. Last Christmas, we bought him a coffee pot and a mug that read, "I love my uncle." Upon opening the gift, he became choked up and told us that the mug was the best gift that any of his kids had ever given him. And we do love our Uncle Russ lots. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Dave Radowski. I'm a 1985 graduate at Dearborn High, and I am a Gibblet. I was an electronics kid with a bent on photography. Russ's class gave this electronics kid a chance to leave his mark on the high school. Without video, I probably would have been like a 9-to-5 student, not involved in anything extracurricular. The best thing about being a Gibblet was the diversity of our group. It combined jocks, writers, artists, actors, all into one big, diverse group melting pot. I mean, the guy that sat next to me at graduation had blue hair. He was also a Gibblet. We got to do a lot of cool stuff. I videotaped Wynton Marsalis while we were in high school. I was interviewed by the local TV channels. And, even on the weekends, Russ got us into interesting things. We did Back Porch Video, which was a MTV-like show, but it was done live from the cable company, 9 to 1 every Saturday night. Parents loved it. They could turn on the TV. Yep, he's still there. Okay. Way before cell phones. None of this would have been possible without Russ Gibb. Most importantly, Russ's classroom, or a boot camp as some people refer to it, because he was always telling the kids with long hair, "Hey, why don't you get a haircut?" Was the best experience that I've ever had. It helped shape many careers in video and out. I know people that work for HBO, people that work for Showtime, we have managers that work for Ford, and a lot of us are still giving back to the program. I've been maintaining the stuff there for over 30 years now, so thank you.
Hi, my name is Madison Murdoch, and I am the current executive producer of the WDHS video program. And though Russ Gibb isn't my teacher today, I can speak as a testament to his impact that still lives on. When Russ Gibb started the studio program, he did something that was impactful and courageous and new. And he started an atmosphere and an idea in the program that lives on today, which is an atmosphere of personal responsibility, of individual accountability, and the courage to do whatever you put your mind to. The idea that anything and any idea you can come up with your head, you can make happen on the screen. And without those ideas and without that atmosphere that Russ Gibb created, I wouldn't be the leader I am today. I wouldn't be going to my dream school, U of M Ann Arbor. And I don't think I'd be the person that I always aspired to be. So, thank you.
We have our group here and all here in support of Mr. Gibb. Mr. Gibb, although Madison said he is not our teacher, our youngest for the young kids here, but he's a wonderful individual. I'm currently working with him right now on a documentary talking about how throughout his life, how he wants to get across to students and kids my age that sometimes, he bucked the tide all the time, and he, sometimes you just got to break the rules to be successful in life, and he wants us to do the same. He wants us to be successful, and we look up to him, but more importantly, he really looks up to us. He wants us to be successful, and he's a wonderful human being, and it would be an honor to have the studio named after him, and I know it would mean a lot dear to my heart and to everybody here. So I really hope that it works out, and thank you for allowing us to come here and speak tonight. So I don't know if...
I hope that I can speak for all the others gathered here today that Russ has had a direct or indirect impact in our lives. The video program we all know as WDHS Video gave us the skills that we needed to explore our passions and talents, and the opportunity to apply them professionally. There are truly few opportunities like that in the educational system. some time has passed since I was last able to read one of the many publications that featured Russ on the walls of the studio. But the one that always stuck with me then and now is that Russ believed with the advent of television media that there would be no more illiteracy because everyone can read television. As an individual, a thinker, and a creatively inclined individual, I found that simple yet pivotal. Television, and to a greater extent media, was an invention that changed the world, and it was doing so much more each day. Russ knew this, but he had no idea just how critical his program would become for the generations of artists, thinkers, engineers, and tinkerers. Moreover, individuals were pushed to think outside the box. Perhaps most of all, we were forced to work with others, just as we would in the professional world, which was still some 4 to 8 years ahead of us. Cinema is truly the most collaborative form there is, and the lessons we learn from collaborating with others are priceless. Russ furnished the studio with all the equipment necessary to allow students to explore the technology and craft. And the lessons that were taught in those classes, just like everyone else had said, were more than just making videos, media, or wearable computers. They were lessons about life, and they let us express ourselves and explore our creative impulses. When I arrived, Russ had just retired the year prior. Kurt Doley, who was with the program from the beginning, would carry on the legacy of Russ through his stories, techniques, and principles. Despite Russ's retirement, the program would always continue to honor his legacy, and as if he was still the one grading the assignments. I cannot begin to express the gratitude I have for Kurt, the program's financiers, and ultimately Mr. Gibb. The program consistently produced feature films that rival those created by professional college graduate programs, like those of USC or NYU, for a fraction of the budget and by students who are half the age. It's truly a remarkable program, and as a result, it's created a network of alumni who remain bound by a single name, despite the graduation year or age. Russ Gibb and his WDHS are passphrases to a community of individuals shared in experiences through the program and his teachings. It's connected young and old, creative and technical, and the program is a network full of the brightest individuals, because the opportunities the program created and continues to create for them, we are all better off. I ask that you consider immortalizing Russ's legacy in education for his founding of the studio, so that his name and legacy may continue to provide the program's future students with the opportunities and education that it has provided so many of us. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Michael Berry. I have been your cameraman now for probably a year and a half, and more importantly, I've been a loyal student and a loyal WGHS participant. I am the station manager this year, end of 2016, and I just want to say thank you. To wrap this all up, I would like to say thank you to everybody from Radowski to Doley, to Michael Berry, Alejandro, to Russ Gibb especially. Naming the studio after him is probably by far the least thing we can do to honor him. Without Russ, this program and all the students who come out of it would never have been who they are now, and Russ definitely has taught us a lot as people, as individuals, as humans, and we can't thank him enough for what he's done to help and support us. WDHS and the program is more than just a film program. It's cliche or whatever to say this, but yes, we are a family, we are one, we are together, and we will never be unbroken. We learned a lot while going through the program. Doley has been debatably one of probably the best teachers, just for his outstandingness and his humor and how he connects to the students. It's amazing. This man has been doing this for this long. I want to thank him especially for everything. But definitely Russ, we need a name studio after him. There's I don't know, I wish there's more we could do for him. There probably is. And so this would be a great first step. So thank you.
So, and also Principal Martin has been involved in these committee meetings as well, and I believe that he is in support as well of this.
definitely. I fully support it. From what I understand, Russell is a great man with a great legacy, which is represented by the people that are behind you, and that's the definition of a legacy, right? So I fully support honoring him with this act. You know, Michael, I think, said it best. It's a little bit of a thank you for probably a whole big or piece of things that he's impacted. So yeah, 100% support it.
Thank you. So, you know, there isn't a teacher who goes through their career teaching 20 or 30 years that doesn't really impact thousands of students. I should know. I'm married to one, and I know she impacts thousands of students throughout her time as a teacher. But Russ did more than just that. As these students all mentioned, the wide diversity of students that he brought together, the idea of project-based learning before project-based learning was even a word, the ability to teach more than just the lessons in the classroom, but to be more of a mentor and teach those lessons about life. And I think that when you look at all of those things, you look at the program that is now solidly entrenched within our district, a program that our district is known for throughout the state. I know myself, when I went off to college, my professor knew Russ. And when I told him I was from Russ's program, he had no trouble, no problems in letting me, a freshman, kind of jump ahead and do some things that some juniors and seniors were doing because he knew I had that background and that experience. And that's what Russ was able to bring to the table, and that's what Russ was able to do for the students. And even though many of the students that go through Russ's program never even spend another day working in this field of television or film or advertising or public relations, it doesn't matter. That's why the man deserves to have this studio named after him, because he did more than just teach television. He taught about life, and he taught about those important things that really complete the student and make students successful after graduation. I want to thank the board very much for your time and consideration of this. We hope that if you have any further questions, please, you'll come forward and let us know, and we can answer them for you. And then hopefully on the next agenda, we'll be able to see this take place. So, thank you.